My name is Wisdom Tenam from Zimbabwe, currently residing here in South Africa. This is my first time joining something called a Manhood camp. So, as it says on the name, on the title, Manhood, just basically where you have to meet up with the guys becoming men from different nationality, different beliefs and culture stuff. But this is mainly centric on Christ, as in to develop yourself, finding your own purpose, become the man you want to. So we do have a few questions that we have to answer, basically on my personal experience of being in the camp. And the first question was,
so what stood out the most in the camp?
What stood out the most for me in this camp is actually my first time to come across men as being men themselves, being vulnerable, you understand, being opening up to everybody that you don't even know, because it brings within the comfort that you can actually talk, you can open up, you can show your vulnerability side to the next person without even being feel judged. So that's really major to me, and it stood out the most because I've been opening up. It's my first time to open up and talk to another person as a man without even feeling being judged or something like that. Let's move on to the second question.
Second question is, what message will you be taking home with you?
So the message I'll be taking home with me, we had Brother Sean gave out sort of like a testimony. So you just need to find your purpose, know the person you are, and nothing comes easy. So you need to cry out and do everything for you. Speak to the Lord, tell the Lord your problems, you will answer. No money, no anything. Let me rephrase myself. So no problem can be resolved with wealth or money, but you just need to talk to God. He has all the means to solve your problems, if that makes sense. So that's what I'll be taking home, because I used to think, okay, fine, I need shoes. Where am I going to get the money? Instead of asking the Lord to give me the ways to get the money to get the shoes, if that makes sense. So I believe the Lord is the answer to everything, and I'll be taking that message to my friends. Just look out for the Lord, man. Ask for the plan. It's not like He's gonna make the money rain, but He'll give you the plans to get that money. Yes, I took the second.
So the question is there anything you've learned about yourself this weekend?
Anything that I've learned about myself this weekend? Yes. I think on the first day we came here, when I had to introduce myself, I mentioned something about having cold feet. I'm one person that you can make plans with. If my mind just tells me no, it's a no. Even if you ask Rema knows. Rema's like, please, let's link up, let's have this. If I just look outside, if my mind tells me, no, I don't know how to convince myself on that. So even with this camp, I had a cold feet in the morning. I didn't want to show up at all, but I didn't know what to tell Paul. Do you understand? To a point where I just kept quiet, and then he came to pick me up. And I came to this camp and I'm like, wow, I could have missed out a lot. Do you understand? So I learned something like sometimes you just need to fold your tail, humble yourself. If somebody has invited you, just go, you will learn something. You're not wasting time. I didn't feel like I've wasted any second to be here. I'm laughing to be here. So.
Awesome, man. And the last question is, so initially what was your purpose for coming to the camp? And has it changed towards the end, or is it the same?
Seems like they saved the best question for the last. This is the major question for me. So my purpose to come to this camp, as the Manhood camp, is to actually figure out myself, understand myself. Because you see, I'm a very sort of intellectual person where I'm not going to try and figure out the other person if I don't know myself. So the moment you just confuse me, that's it. You confuse me. I can't figure you out, because I'm more like, I'm here, you interviewing me, excuse me, but you don't know what's going on in my head. So I'll never know what's going on inside somebody's head. But to be honest, it doesn't matter what's going on in his head, because I'll never know. So I want to know what's going on through my head. How do I feel? Who am I? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Do you understand? What's the end result? Do you understand? Without even just focusing on wins and losses. But what's the purpose within it? You might lose something, but you learn something. Do you understand? So you need to expose yourself, put yourself out there, and you can only do that when you know who you are. How do you deal with that loss? Is it a loss in your eyes or in the eyes of the friends? Do you understand? Is it a lesson to you? But I tend to realize there is nothing really called a loss. There's a lesson to it. So that's my major purpose to be here, to figure myself as a man.
Thank you so much, Wes. I've got one more bonus question. This is, you mentioned that it's your first time coming to the camp. And do you have any recommendation, anything you'd like to say for anybody that's never come to this camp, especially men specifically?
Oh, well, of course. Guys, I think I have a lot to say to you, but in a nutshell, if you're given an opportunity to come to a men's camp, please show up. It's full of love. We had a lot of activities. You never know. I never rested and I'm not tired, if that makes sense. So I feel like if you are given this opportunity to come to a camp, embrace it, come to this camp. There's free food, guys, a lot of it. So I'm telling you, it's love after love, happiness over happiness. So yeah.
Was rich, I remember who I was. I was lost, I was blind, I was running out of time. Sin separated, the breach was far too wide. But from the far side of the chasm, you held me in your sight. So you made a way across the great divide, left behind heaven's throne to build it here inside. And there at the cross, you paid the debt I owe, broke my chains, freed my soul. For the first time